Alright guys, welcome back. We got Alliance War number 2 of Season 30. I don't know if you saw that there. We got Mole Man, Magneto, and a 6-star rank 3 unduped Diablo coming in for this war on the second account. And then we'll check in what we've got on the main account in a second. So we're going to start off here on Path 5 in Section 1. We have an Ebb and Flow knockdown Darkhawk. We all know why he's here, because you're going to get the auto blocks and everything, and he goes immune when you knock him down. But he's hashtag metal. We're bringing in Magneto. We don't have to worry about any of the auto blocks. So it's really straightforward fight here. Just have to be aware. Let him throw those specials. Drop our special 3, and that should just about finish it. So a lot of times I'm trying to do a lot of fights. We've got, I think, 16 fights in this war. So trying to find the best counters, and even I had some fights that I was potentially thinking of doing, other people did, and then some fights that other people were thinking about doing that I ended up doing, and it worked out extremely well. So we'll get to that one near the end. It's probably one of my favorite fights in recent memory here, doing these Alliance War videos. So here we got Jabari Panther. I brought in Magneto here. And again, this is like an ebb and flow knockdown. I'm not really going to be able to parry heavy on this one. I'm going to mainly just knock her down for the ebb and flow knockdown with like some specials. Just to have to be careful of when she goes into that Huntress mode. I did take a little hit there, but that's fine. We can recover, no problem here. There we got a nice intercept to we knocked her down to get the ebb and flow knockdown Fury. And again, if I can, I'm trying to weave in an intercept if I can here, just to build up to just to get some power in there, especially when I do get the knockdown on the special one. I'd like to get in a few hits while the ebb and flow knockdown Fury is up, but at the same time, I'm just trying to take this, be as safe as possible. I don't have to rush through these fights. This one also has heavy hitter, so I can't bait those heavies. So it's a little bit of a slower fight. And again, if you haven't seen any of my videos, the fights are sped up just ever so slightly so that we can try and squeeze in as many as we can and not have the video take too long. And I am usually boosted up a decent amount for each fight. I'm just trying to cut everything down and squeeze it in so we can get as much fight action as possible. And we're running 2 accounts, usually Path 5 and 9, and a combination of the 2. Plus, I think even in this fight we've got a couple 4 boss circle fights and the boss. So we've got a bunch of boss circle action today as well. So here we got the Power Snack Magneto. I think we had this one in the first war as well. We're going in with Magneto here again. Let's just build up to special 3, bait some special 1s. I think at one point I do get clipped, but for the most part, this fight goes just as it did in the first war. Build up to a special 3 and let the bleeds take him out. You can see that even when he throws the special 1, sometimes the aura goes up, but most of the time the magnetism keeps the aura from coming out at all. There it does show up, but for the most part that's fine. I can still get off my parry heavies. There we go. We're gonna get a nice big special 3, and then it does push him to a special 2 here. Take it on the block and let the bleeds take him away. So that was great. Now we're back on to the main account. We got Warlock, Kingpin, and Doom all here for specific fights. We got Kingpin is going to take this Iceman on Hazard Shift. We only had one fight in Section 1 here on Path 9. And again, I did throw on a regen boost just in case that Cold Snap was going to do some damage, but it got purified right away. And Kingpin is making short work of Iceman here. Kingpin is just so good on these Hazard Shift nodes, because he has a chance to shrug off the bleed, the incinerates, the poisons, any debuffs. It's great. Okay, next we have Apocalypse on Mixmaster, and I was thinking about Warlock, but at the same time, he's gonna, after a couple heavies and stuff, Warlock's gonna be bleed immune. So I'm like, let's go in with Kingpin, see if we can take him down, I think. And then I saw he's running like recoil and everything. So I thought, okay, Kingpin's gonna do a fine job. For the most part, this works out exactly as planned, taking a little bit of damage from the special ones, but also getting the healing back from willpower. Plus, I think we had the regen boost still active. I think I get a little aggressive at one point and went like a combo into a heavy here. I think right here. I went combo heavy instead of just doing a combo. He clips me with a special one, which is unfortunate, but we turn around, put our own special one, and he's done. So that just cost me some potions. But again, I still have a bunch of potions in the overflow from all the previous, compensation that they've given. So next, we're taking Mole Man. Came in specifically for this Spider Ham on Encroaching Stun. And this fight goes extremely well. I only need one special, perfect timing with the Encroaching Stun, and he's done in like 15 hit KO. That was awesome. Back on to Path 5, Section 2. We're going to go Kingpin against Kingpin on Ebb and Flow Intercept. I'm not going to parry heavy here for the most part. I'm going to try and weave in some intercepts. I tried to go with some special intercepts, but they weren't really giving me the... it wasn't triggering the intercept there, so every once in a while I'll throw like a 2 or 3 hit combo back off and try and get a backdraft intercept to get the damage ramped up. But even without it, Kingpin's doing more than enough damage. There, unfortunately, I was not trying to throw that special, but I guess sometimes the finger slips. But there we go. There's a nice little intercept into a special one. Nice burst of damage there, especially with the Fury up. And again, when you're fighting Kingpin, just stick to baiting heavies, and special ones is a lot easier. The special 2 gives you a really long unstoppable, which you can see I can take advantage of here, but I'd rather stay away from it if I'm fighting Kingpin. I can evade it, but then you're stuck with the you're stuck with dealing with that unstoppable, which is not always fun. But Kingpin puts in some nice work here against himself, and I think we almost finish with I think we might finish with almost a full yellow bar. So that's a nice fight there. Next, we continue up Section 2, Path 5. We got Warlock for this Immortal Abomination. I don't know if you can see how choppy it is right at the beginning of this fight, but there's a lot of lag at the beginning of this one. Not to put any excuses in. We already used the shaking the rust off excuse in the first war. But here, it was just the lag was a little bad, and I got a nice clean evade on that first special one. We got a nice little intercept, drop a special 2. That was really nice. But then I think here I'm trying to back off as much as possible, and I missed that last timing on that last evade. But that's okay. We can still take down this I-bomb, even though we just got clipped by a special 1. We can still get through this one. So again, we're going to bait some more special ones, try and go like 2-hit combo into an intercept into a special 2. That was really, really nice. And down goes I-bomb. Now, we died to Ebony Maw in the first war. So this is our first of 2 revenge fights. So this is a similar fight, Ebb and Flow Intercept, Mighty Charge. It was another one of these Ebb and Flow Intercept nodes that we had last time, and we screwed up with Doom. This time, we get the nice parry heavy at the start. We go for the intercept. Down goes our invulnerability boost right away, but we're still doing okay. The key bit here is to keep an eye on our left side for that approaching falter and not hit him when we're faltered and just get degened to death. So we're playing a lot smarter this time. And so far, so good. We did have we get clipped a little bit there, but right now we got a nice special 2 after the intercept. And again, block that special 2. We're approaching falter, so we back off, get a little bit of willpower healing instead of degen damage. And again, 1 or 2 hits, and then throwing the mid combo stun, perfect against Ebony Maw, and that was textbook. So very happy with that fight. And then before we finish off section 9, we're going to start the boss circle here. We've got this Sasquatch. We heal up Warlock. Easy Sasquatch fight with Warlock. Plus he's running recoil and stuff, so he's taking damage already. So here we go. We're just going to parry heavy, get some bleeds on him, get the degen on him, get some, keep the infections up. And so when you want to keep the infections up, you only want to drop special 2 or 3s. If you drop special 1, it's going to remove the infections. And if you have an infection up, it heal blocks the opponent. So you want to make sure that, especially at the end of this fight, it is a vigorous assault, but it's not an active healing buff. It's a passive one. So he does not go unblockable with the healing. So, but we still see this. I've seen the Sasquatch placed here a bunch, but Warlock takes care of that. Okay, now we go into section 9. I brought in Diablo specifically to try and deal with this Fission Arcus. That was my plan. Start with a special 1, advanced power boost, and now I have the ability for a short period of time to nullify his power gain buffs, or at least if I can keep spamming special 1s, I'll be able to nullify his power gain. And if I can nullify the power gain, then I can avoid the cold snap damage where he has a power gain and you have an armor break, which you get from being too close to him for too long, which is why I keep dashing it and dashing back, because I don't want to get the armor break on me. So at this point, I do have an armor break on me, but there I nullify the power gain. So right now it's working great. Unfortunately, this is a window of opportunity stun node, and I'm trying desperately to dash back, and I get clipped by another unintentional parry. Luckily, we are able to recover. Diablo has some nice healing, even if you're not running like Liquid Courage or Double Edge. It's still totally fine. Diablo still works extremely well. And I'm able to finish off this fight. Someone had posted after the last war, I could max out Limber and limit the stun duration when I do get those accidental parries, which is something to think about. I don't change my masteries around a lot. I can't remember the last time I did change around my masteries. Here, let's go quickly on to, we got a Dragon Man on a Window of Opportunity stun, Empowered Immunity. We've done this fight a whole bunch of times before. We always bring Magneto for the most part, because once the power gain buff is done, the magnetism keeps it from coming back. The same with the Window of Opportunity stun timer. You can see that it's gone completely. So all I got to do now is build up to a special 3, drop it, and Dragon Man should be done. Now, I had a teammate who was going to take a Korg on Stunning Reflection here. And he was going to go with Torch, because Torch has the Incinerates. But instead, I double checked. I'm like, oh, I got Diablo with the Poisons, which can deal with Stunning Reflection. And he has the pre-fight that helps him deal with that you can make him stun immune, which I don't really use here. But I double checked, and all of his attacks are energy damage, which is perfect for Korg. So I basically come into this fight, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to play stun immune Korg fight. And when I can get the poisons to stick, it'll take away the Stunning Reflection timer. So we have a really a textbook stun immune Korg fight for the most part here. Build to the special 2, bait heavies without triggering crowd charge, which is just it's a lot of practice to get the timing to work out nicely. But I feel pretty confident, especially after this fight. There, I could tell that the Window of Opportunity stun timer was down. It was a great chance to go and reapply a bunch of poisons with the heavy. And again, you're not getting power on this node unless you have a debuff on them. So it takes a little while to get going, because you got to get the rock stacks to disappear before your debuffs will stick. And if your debuffs don't stick, you can't gain power. If you can't gain power, you can't apply more debuffs. But once I got it going, I was thrilled with how easily Diablo took down this Korg, which can normally be one of the tougher fights. Even if you do have Torch, you got to play it extremely well. So I was very happy with how this one went. It's definitely my my thumbnail fight for this war. Very happy with it. Even though we got other good ones, I thought that was my favorite. And it was something unique and something new. I never brought Diablo into war before, and we got 2 pretty nice fights with him. Next, we've got Magneto against the Brute Force Limber MODOK here. Again, the magnetism bypasses Limber. Unfortunately, we get clipped by a special 1 there, but we're gonna have no problem. We're gonna build up to a special 3, bait some special 1s. Again, even though he's a high ground defender and I'm taking some energy damage on those parries, it's the last fight of the war for Magneto. So we're gonna pull out his battery here, let him fly around, and the bleeds will take him out. Bait one more quick special 1, another one, and there he goes, drops face first there. That was funny. Next, okay, the goal here, I normally take Magneto against Nova, but it's on a Hazard Shift Stun Immune node, so Magneto's not going to work out well here. We're going to go Kingpin, and I practiced this there, just double checked that I could bait his heavy easily, and I am pretty comfortable baiting his special 1. And the first time he throws it, it's no problem. I'm going to go ahead, bait the special 1. Now, I threw an invulnerability boost on in case he gets to a special 3, but he threw that special 1 very fast. I mistimed the evade, and there goes my invulnerability boost down the drain. So now I know he's not going to want to throw his specials. So at a certain point, I'm like, okay, no special 1, I'm going to put you up to special 2. No special 2, I'm like, all right, I'm doing pretty good. Kingpin's pretty beefy. I'm playing the odds here. There's a good chance that I can try and take him out, and if it doesn't work, I'm convinced that I can take a special 3. So even though my plan was to throw the invulnerability boost on so that I could specifically eat the special 3, Kingpin is a tanky beast, and then by that point, I throw my special 1, which is unblockable by that point, and he's done. Lastly, we have a Thing Boss. I can't remember the last time I took a Thing Boss. It was seasons ago. I used to take Thing Bosses with Void all the time. But I figured, okay, I'm pretty sure I could take this one with Kingpin, no problem. The issue with Thing is that you got to keep track of his rock stacks. You want to push him to 15 and let him throw a special. If he's at 15, but he's not at a special, you got to hit into his block to get him to special 1, let him throw the special, and then you can attack back in. The pro thing with Kingpin is that when you do the special 1 and you put the degen on him, it reduces the opponent's ability accuracy. So when I hit into him, you can see I'm not triggering as many rock stacks. So, and that has positives and negatives. The positive is that you're not putting rock stacks on. The negative is that when you do, like here right now, he's at 14, and I just hit him to push him to a special 1 again, and he's at 14 still. So I had to do a few hits into his block to get him over 15. So the worst is when the worst part you can get in a Thing fight is when he's at 0 power, but at like 14 rock stacks. So that's what I'm trying desperately to avoid. And Kingpin does a really nice job of also dealing enough damage to take down this Thing Boss. So this was also a beautiful fight. Really happy with how this went. My timing was great. I hit into the block when I needed to. I backed away and let him throw a special when I needed to. Was very, very happy with this fight, but I still think the Diablo fight was the best one of the season. It's going to be hard to top that one, but I hope you guys enjoyed another war. We had 16 fights. We went deathless, so hopefully we can keep the streak alive in the next war. Keep the comments coming. I love reading them. Any suggestions are always great for new content. Let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.